It's a mighty good word, party folk. I'm your mile high priest. I'm up here up about a mile high on Mercury's day. I'm recording this in December. This is a 6-month overview for the first half of 2025 for the collective. No matter your sign, this may still resonate with you, and I strongly suggest that you check out the other collective readings along the way. What's good, party folk? My name's Armando. I'm chilling up here in Denver. I'm actually in studio here. Is it Conway Studio?
Conway Sound.
Conway Sound. Thank y'all. Those are my pals. We are collaborating. I'm hanging out. Very excited to be here in their studio space. So this is a special treat for y'all. Thank you. As always, ever so grateful for our energetic exchange. If I didn't tell you, my name's I go by the Mile High Priest. Ever so happy to have you here. And as always, I appreciate all the likes. Thank you so much for all the comments, and thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you to just hey, it's the new year, so you know what's what's up. Like I mentioned, we are checking out the first half of 2025, so happy new year to everyone. I believe you'll be watching this in or around January of 2025, so we'll start with the first kind of mini scope with the new moon in Aquarius, which happens at the end of January on the 29th. Then we'll go into the Pisces new moon in late February, and then we'll hit the new moon in Aries at the end of March, and then the new moon in Taurus at the end of April, and we'll square that off with the Gemini new moon at the end of May and the Cancer new moon at the end of June. So yeah, lots of astrology. Mars will be retrograde for that first 4 months, and that will have a lot of impact really on a new, basically wherever Cancer falls in that first house, or your natal chart, whatever house it falls in, that's where you are kind of declaring a sovereign, autonomous new way of being. And so that may be full of tension, full of waterworks, and all the good stuff that comes with a Mars retrograde, y'all. Lots to expect, right? Anyway, as I was mentioning, thank you again. I honor you. I honor your path and your decisions. Magicians, high priests, high priestesses, kings, queens, royals. This is a little kind of nervous, giggly, effervescent, mercurial, stellar informant, ninja warrior, Akashic librarian, divine messenger, your funny looking jester with your stellar messages for your divine exaltation, your spiritual evolution, and your human growth through all spaces, all times and dimensions. Okay, let's get this show on the road. I have one of my favorites, Marcella Kroll's Sacred Symbols, and I'll head to the Dreamscape Oracle by Matt Hughes, and the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit by Kim Kranz. And again, we'll start with the month of January. At the end of that month, we should expect the new moon in Aquarius, so Lunar New Year kickoff. And we open the channel to foundational elements: earth, air, fire, water, Holy Spirit, Divine Mother, Divine Father, Goddess Isis, Sun God Ra, archangels, angels, spiritual guides of the highest light. Clear divine messages for the collective for the new moon in Aquarius, January 29th of 2025. Y'all, it's good. All right. So the oracle cards will show us the general ambiance, the mood. I also have the animal spirits and the dreamscape oracle to check out what your spiritual guides, your energetic guides are helping you with or helping to direct you towards. And then I'll have the rest of the tarot cards for the quality of time. Y'all, it's suddenly very quiet in this room. Alrighty, here we go. This is for the new moon in Aquarius at the end of January. This is for the new moon in Taurus at the end of, I apologize, new moon in Pisces at the end of February. New moon in Aquarius. What's good, Taurus? I know y'all are here. We have the new moon in Aries, and then the new moon in Taurus, and then we have new moon in Gemini, and then the new moon in Cancer that falls at the end of June. Okay, and that is the foundational energetics that surround the quality of time using the Sacred Symbols Oracle. And then I'll pull from the Dreamscape Oracle and then Animal Spirit. Alright, general messages for the collective for the first half of their 2025. Starting with new moon in Aquarius, new moon in Pisces, new moon in Aries, new moon in Taurus, new moon in Gemini, new moon in Cancer. Okay, I gotta get my groove because I'm not in my space and I'm a little high frequency and picking up a lot of like what seems to be energy surrounding me. So this might even turn out to be like a pick a card is what I was thinking before we started recording. So if you guys want to, feel free to pick one of the 6, right? Which new moon calls to you, starting with the new moon in Aquarius. Right now I'm headed towards the Black Moon Astrology Oracle, which will clue us in on the actual quality of time beyond the energy. And this is the situation that you're dealing with under the light of each new moon, okay? It's looking like that new moon in Aquarius is a huge marker for a lot of new manifestations that are actually set to unfold in the 3 dimensions, which means like, hey, it's a great time to save and budget, but maybe expect a good like return at the end of January, right? Or in the months of February. And that's just kind of general. Y'all know I don't usually do this style of like while I'm reading and shuffling. I go card by card, so this will be interesting in all sorts of aspects. Thank you so much for being here again. I'm. It's strange for me to just not talk through the whole thing. So this is a very meditative forecast I hope that there are fortunate messages, right? Thank you so much. Thank you to our ancient and wise sage ancestors as we now turn to the Hermetic Tarot for your the challenge, or no, this is for the basis of each situation, the origin of the situation that you're faced with under the light of each new moon. And then now I have the Ethereal Visions by Matt Hughes to round off each new moon with the messages for the situation. We got the situation, we got the origin, the challenge, right? What appears to be the challenge you're facing under each new moon. Thank you so much, Goddess Isis, Sun God Ra. Thank you, Mercury. Clear divine messages for the collective for their first half of 2025. Under the light of the new moons, right? Those are the best times that I love to read. You all know I love to do new moon or lunation readings. So I think that you are well aware that these are magical points, trigger points for either a culmination or a new start, a new beginning, a new manifestation. But what seems to be the challenges that you're facing to honor, to clear, and allow for energy to set and unfold so that you can see your manifestation, right? That first month is going to be something else. Okay, here's the fun part, right? This is why they shouldn't let me read outside of my scope. Okay, so wow, January, new moon, January 29th, new moon in Aquarius. We have your crossroads. This card has been around. So I'm recording this in December, and we have the tarantula, the fiery animal spirit from the Wild and Unknown deck by Kim Kranz. It is telling of a crossroads. So like it's really not pointing to a decision that you're making. It's seemingly like you have decided upon a decision and more intuitively where you are flowing, and that's maybe a huge telling symbol of Pluto exiting Capricorn. We are all faced with a new path or new paths open for us. So this general vibration is not going away anytime soon. I think 2025 is just the huge marker of getting ready for what's to come, right? 2026 will prove to be a relief from a lot of what we're handling now at the end of 2024, and that then is sort of a rollout in 2025 of the Five of Wands. What seems to be the challenge, right? But we also have knowledge from the Sacred Symbols Oracle, which is coming out of Sagittarius season and then establishing your grounds during Capricorn. This new moon in Aquarius, the sun in Aquarius, marks the transition to applying what you figured out. It is the end of the year towards the transition into the new year. So the new year, Lunar New Year, all of the first initial months of 2024. I think we're a little bit past our maybe resolving, and now it's more about action. So hopefully your resolutions include actionable points or items, right? What's good, party folk? I don't have my wand. This is like a good time to smack you with the wand. I hope the tarantula here begs us to, if you can't make up your freaking mind, if you can't make it your decision, like a lot of us, it seems like a lot of people are frozen in their fight, flight, fawn, freeze response. The tarantula will not let up on that because we're a little bit beyond that treatment, right? Like we are grown, we've seen it, it's broadcast, so you can't hide from knowledge anymore. This is welcome to the mid-20s, right? What's good? Yeah, we do have the Luna Moth from the Dreamscape Oracle. You're going to want to understand where your direction, where your true north, you're going to want to understand who's around you. It's that feeling like, which is so funny for me to say, like the superstitions of like who you're around with during the New Year celebration. It's giving that. Who do you want around you at the end of the year? Who do you want near you in the beginning of the year? Who are you going to want? What type of energies and what type of, what is that road you're on now? What is it? Is it a dirt road? Is it a paved road? Does it have sidewalks? It's that sort of thing. Like, what hood are you in? What neighborhood? Actionable items, right? Also, who are you drawing in? Who's attracted to you now that you walk this finer line, right? It's a tighter, finer rope that you're traversing. You got to make it across that tightrope, right? So who's coming at you while you're trying to walk the fine line? Okay. It's giving Johnny, right? Gosh, we have the sun, Leo. Yeah, so New Year's celebration, can it be too much? It could be about paring down, right? Like the January months they're always consumed by limiting, or it could be that you're looking at where you have overdone it and where that brings in, where that opens you up to directions that are not true directions for you, that are actually false, kind of, maybe even they're inspired non-action items, just things you can write about, things you can think about. Do you have to take it on? The sun is here telling us that it may be too much to keep doing and taking on what you're used to taking on, knowing now what you know. I truly believe that's when the tarantula comes in, and that's why the tarantula has been a general ambiance for the end of 2024, and then shows up right at the point of the Lunar New Year, before the turn of the astrological wheel. It's significant that we look at how we shine, what we know, if we use our knowledge to shine, and if we portray our knowledge in how we shine. So it's different, right? It's not so linear after all. Welcome. What's good, collective? I forget this guy. Is this guy the Wheel of Fortune? So it's all fun and games until you turn the wheel against you, right? But we do have the Emperor. We have the Ace of Cups, and then we have the Five of Wands. I think that you have declared a win some of y'all are really going to be winning in that first month. So I love this as a forecast. You know, I try to stick to the kind of deeper psychological message, but this just gives me like you're the boss. You're kind of ready for something more emotionally based. Everything else you can get. It's like it's that point where it's almost like you have everything you want, except okay, this is where it takes a turn, right? It's like you have everything you want. You have everything money can buy, but maybe now you want to turn the wheel, right? Maybe now you know something else. This is gonna take more than just cash, right? To allow you to really declare like that this is the new life. This is the new way. So around you, there will be a lot of, you know, maybe even your family, like, which is very typical. But it's like looking at it from the bigger perspective and maybe not allowing everyone to see your cards, right? Like, show up in love, but fight the good fight. Five of Wands, right? Can we spin it a little bit and say that's fighting the good fight? I know some readers, I do perceive it as the yoga with the Emperor here and the Ace of Cups. This is non-violence, but with strength, with still the goal in mind to spread love. What type of love? I don't know. God kind of leaves that open up to you because you're man enough, you're person enough, you're woman enough, you're grown enough. Figure it out. Are you the Emperor? Are you showing up in your new life? It's like the gates kind of, what is that word? Lambast open. Y'all, thank you for being here. Things get serious. I love it. My mouth is so dry. I'm so happy because this morning I had to go into the studio without even like, there's no hot water running in my building. So thank you. I'm so happy that you cannot tell at all. Yeah, the beauty of recording, right? For the new moon in Pisces,